All righty, what's up? It's Wednesday.
What's up?
7 p.m. on the East Coast, 4 p.m. on the West Coast, and whatever time it is out there across the pond, this is the Death Rattle Podcast. I'm your host, DJ Remark, and with me is Mr. Kainan Becker, my co-host.
What's up, guys? Woo!
Like, see everybody.
Halloween is on the fucking radar, man. Like, there is so much news. Spirit Halloween opened up this week. I am just jacked. I am so excited for this time of year. Like, it's my busiest time of year, but it's just like, it's the most fun time of year if you're a fan of horror.
We are this close to spooky season.
Yep.
And I
mean, it really gets going next month.
Yeah,
but
September.
Like, it's already
September
stuff starting to roll in.
Yep. We are here. I can taste it. Spooky season, football, fall's here.
Oh yeah,
baby.
2 weeks till kickoff, dude.
Yep.
I was watching a lot of. I got the NFL app paid for it, so like on my tablet, I can watch any game I want, especially the replays and stuff. And so I was just replaying all of the preseason games, watching like the first quarter of all of them.
I was gonna say, you've been watching the preseason.
Yeah, just the first quarter of each game, because after that, it's like a bunch of people. It's like who knows, but yeah. I don't know, man. My poor Niners are just so banged up already, dude. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. Are they like
if the season started today, they would have 2 wide receivers.
Oof.
Out of 7. They have 7 on the roster, and only 2 of them are able to play right now.
Ugh, geez, that sucks.
Like, they haven't had any super massive, knock on wood, like season-ending injuries yet, but just lots and lots of guys banged up and stuff. And it's like, I'm sure once the first game gets here, like those kind of injuries are, they'll be like, well, I'm playing anyway, but still it just makes you go, because their best wide receiver, Brandon Ayuk, is out for at least like the first, like probably 5 or 6 games. And then the receiver they went and traded for or signed as their free agent in the offseason just got suspended for the first 3 games for a DUI, which the reason he was kind of a steal and cheap to pick up was because everybody knew he was going to probably be suspended a couple games. So it's kind of one of those, like, we knew it was happening, but still it's just like, man. And then their other best receiver is injured at the moment, but he should be back for the first game. But anyway, it's not a football show.
we are. Yeah, well, okay, fine. We'll stop talking about it. But
seriously, besides horror, dude, the thing I have always been the biggest into is the NFL, dude. Like I'm a diehard NFL, especially 49er fan. So, are you doing any fantasy this year?
I don't think so this year. No,
I don't have time, dude.
Dude, it's not that I don't have time. I get so pissy when all just like the random shit that can happen during a week. Like,
dude, so much of it is just luck. That's the problem with fantasy. Because it's like you dude, every year, like a bunch of teams last year, a bunch of people last year had Christian McCaffrey as their number 1 pick, and then he basically misses the entire year.
Right.
And so it's like immediately those teams are just down the drains. That's the problem. That's why the ones I do like I don't know if you've ever done it, but the ones with like 12 or 15 players or people in the league, because then it's such a deep like pool that even if one of your major guys goes down, it isn't going to necessarily knock you out for the year kind of thing, because everybody has to scrape the bottom of the barrel to find talent because it's such a, so many teams. So,
well, let's see who's in the chat. Mr. Wonderful made it. What's going on, Mr. Wonderful? Saya's here as always. Hello, Saya. Good to see you. Diddy's here. Yo, what's going on? Nettie P, good to see you. What's going on, Casey? Hi. Al's in the chat. You hit the like button now. Make Mr. Becker happy. So hit the like button and hit it over on the Death Rattle side, please.
It always confuses me, man, that more people don't hit the like button on videos they watch. Because, like, I like every video. If I watch it for more than like a minute, I always hit the like button. But it blows me away. Like, I'll have a video get like 30,000 views and it'll get like, 2,000-3,000 likes. I'm like,
Yeah, just
what
like
are
the video.
people
Click the mouse.
Yeah.
I said what's up to Diddy. I said what's up to Al. What's going on, Chad? Good to see you. K's in
What's up,
the
Nightingale
chat.
Widow?
Hello. Al wants to know what my team is. My team is the
Grindhouse
Cleveland Browns.
I know. I always think you're a Tampa fan. I always forget.
I mean,
So
I like
do you
Tampa,
want them to start like who are you wanting to start your season at quarterback?
Joe Flacco.
So okay.
Yeah,
but I
he's
mean,
clearly the best quarterback on the roster right now. I want him to start.
Yes, but here's the thing. Do you think that they're a playoff contender with him?
No, we're
that's
not a
why
playoff.
I'm like,
well,
it almost feels like they should just start one of the rookies.
No,
to figure out who they got.
No, we're not a playoff contender. No matter what, we're gonna win 6 to 9 games this season. That's what I have.
That's what I mean. Like if I was like, even with the Niners, I'm like, if they start the season out bad, throw in the towel, man. Like that was the one thing about last year. People were like, I can't believe they didn't, kind of push Christian McCaffrey to go more and this and that. It's like, no, dude. Like once you're definitely not making the playoffs, pull those guys off the field, man. Save it for next year. And that's why if I was a Cleveland fan, I would want to see these quarterbacks, like see if they have the future at quarterback.
We don't
on the roster.
We saw them in the preseason.
Man, I think Sanders, maybe he's raw, but I think he's got potential.
He's raw. He's a 5th round pick. He looked good, but I mean, Dylan Gabriel looked good. I think we're going to draft a quarterback next year. Next year's draft class has quarterbacks that could be long starters.
I guess all they need to do is if like halfway point of the season they're like got 2 wins or something like that. That's when you start putting in those rookies, So you're right, because it is a good idea to kind of have those rookies behind a veteran like Flacco for a while and just see how to do it.
Yeah,
before you throw them in there. And
what's
who knows, dude?
Stephanie?
Cleveland's one of those teams. They're always tough, even when they're not a playoff team. They always play it tough, and so who knows? They just happen to be in probably the toughest division in football.
We are and have been. Hey, Diddy's. This is actually a entertainment podcast. We're just a couple of horror guys, but
why is Vorpal clapping?
I don't know. Well, we talk.
He's doing like a slow clap.
We talk about what we want. So we're talking about football. We're talking about football.
We definitely aren't going to do a whole podcast talking about football.
Yeah,
but
we're not doing
this is really just about us. And we definitely focus on horror, but it's just, it's our podcast where we just talk about things that we're interested in. And
and we're
basically, this is 2 friends that hang out with you guys. So it's just a big group of friends just talking shit.
Yeah. So
shit, we've talked about politics. We've talked about religion. We've talked about women's rights. You know what I mean?
We have done that.
We've touched on everything, but the focus is still always going to be primarily horror stuff and movie stuff.
Oh no. Nettie said they were disappointed in weapons. How?
Damn it,
Nettie?
It's because they listen to hype. Don't listen to hype. The reason so many people loved it is because we all saw it before the hype. If you wait a little bit and start to hear everybody's hype, then of course it's not going to live up to that. Every time I hear someone say disappointed, it immediately means that they bought into the hype.
Vorpal says entertainment.
Because it's different.
Channel.
If you were to say you didn't like the movie, that's different. Like if you didn't like the movie, that, but whenever someone says disappointed, I'm like, man, it's because you were expecting something that the movie wasn't. Don't go into movies with expectations. And especially weapons, dude, because it is like a very unique, original kind of movie. So it's if you had expectations going in, you're, of it being a certain kind of movie, you're probably disappointed because it's kind of its own thing. It doesn't really feel like anything else.
I want to know.
Thing.
I want to know why I want to know why they were disappointed. I want to know. Vorpal says he comes for the fights. Well, get us talking about the monkey. Oh, Mr. Wonderful says, and boobs. Talk about, there you go.
Coda filled.
There's your titties there.
Dude, I'm down 20 pounds, bro.
Congratulations. What have you been doing?
Yeah. Well, mostly just being able to walk a little bit, because for months now I've been not able to really walk because of my stupid foot. And I've just over the last like month or so started just trying to walk a little bit because my foot is not really getting any better. And so I'm like, unless my health and blood sugar gets better, I can't get surgery to have the rest of this area, this part of the toe removed. Cause I get, and so it's like one of those, I've been in this, what do you call it? Like on a rat little wheel or whatever, because it's like, in order to get healthier, I need exercise, but in order to get exercise, I need a foot I can walk on. So it's been this like, but I finally just said, all right, I'm just going to, that and just eating really, really good. Like I've been eating really good.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
I've been on the treadmill.
I want to go and start lifting weights again, but it's like, dude,
I've been on the treadmill
on the grind, making content like crazy
every day for the past 2 weeks I'm trying to lose 10 pounds. I'm just trying to lose 10. That's all I want for now. I want to lose more than 10. I think I have 25 pounds I need to lose, but I just need 10 pounds to drop off. I have been carrying around so much. Like I've been carrying around like a spare tire.
I don't think you could lose 25 pounds because you're going to gain some back in muscle if you do any kind of, you know what I mean?
Well,
like
that's why
25 pounds of pure fat, like it's almost impossible to lose for someone unless you're like, I could lose 25 pounds of fat, but because it's one of those where 25 pounds of fat means really you lost probably 40 pounds because like 10 to 15 of that is going to be back in muscle.
Well, yeah, that's why
you're only what, like 180?
No, I'm probably closer to 190 now.
Yeah, but how the hell do you think you lose 25 pounds, dude? Like, unless you get
walking,
like
changing my diet.
But that's what I mean. You're putting on muscle if you're doing any form of exercise.
Yeah, but you're putting on lean muscle. I'm not bulking.
Yeah, but muscle is still much heavier than fat.
Yeah, I know that.
So like, I don't think you're going to really, all I'm saying is you could lose 25 pounds of fat, but I don't think you're going to step on the scale and be 25 pounds lighter. That's all I mean.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Look, yeah. I just want my chest to stick out further than my stomach. That's what I want. Yeah. And that's not what's happening right now. And so like, that's it. If I suck it in if I suck it in and stand up straight, yeah, I probably look a little bit better. But like, if I'm just looking at myself, it's like, nah, I got a spare tire I got to get rid of.
I'm trying to get down to like 210, 215. Cause I was in June, I was at almost 260. And so now I'm down to 230 something. So
Diddy says they have a bear belly. Oh,
yeah.
There it is. Beer.
I'm DJ seen me. I'm built like a bear. Like I'm like,
yeah, Kainan's a big guy.
6 foot 260. It's just very like thick.
TRP says it's so hard to get back into a disciplined quote unquote lifestyle. Every little step forward is a win, even if it takes a step or two backwards here and there. Yeah, that's true.
That's the key. It's we were just talking earlier because both of us are like got literally a mountain of work and crap we're dealing with right now. And we were talking about this earlier, and that's the key. You cannot look at the whole pile of everything you have to do. You just kind of got to take it one little tiny, piece at a time. It's like if you have a mountain of coffee and you got to move over to there, you just take, 1 teaspoon of coffee grounds at a time. It's, it's hard, but that's you just got to kind of focus on the little task at hand, one at a time, and it'll add up.
Yeah. Well, look, we got a lot of news we got to get into.
Yeah, because you got to go at like
I have a hard out. I have a hard out at 8:00, but stick around because I think depending on Kainan's mood, he's going to stay on a little bit longer. But
yeah,
we want to talk about some news. This first bit of news that I am super excited for. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is coming to theaters in October and Netflix in November. I remember when we talked about this last time and we were both bemoaning the fact that it was not going to be in theaters. And we were like, that is the wrong decision. Well, it seems somebody came to their senses and is going to be putting this gorgeous movie into theaters. So
Does it list a date? Because I'm wondering how long they're going to put
October
it in theaters
17th.
for.
Select
Okay,
theaters.
so like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I'm going to read this. Netflix has finally announced the release plan for Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and the good news is that the film will be coming to the big screen in addition to streaming on Netflix. The bad news, well, it looks like the theatrical release will be quite limited. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein first comes to select theaters October 17th. The streamers announced this morning with Netflix premiere to follow on November 7th, 2025. No word yet on how many theaters Frankenstein will be released, so we stay tuned.
Yeah,
Quote,
I doubt that. Like, if that is really just them testing the waters. You know what I mean? Like, if people are buying tickets, they'll start, expanding the theaters.
But why do you have to test the water with Guillermo del Toro?
Because Netflix has put out a number. Like, this is the thing. As much as we bitch and moan that we want Netflix to do this and put movies in theaters, when they have flopped horribly and made no money. And it costs money to put them in theaters. And so it's like Netflix is sitting there going, why would we spend any money to put it in theaters when we can just make money on our platform? Like, not spend any money to put it out in theaters and just have all profit. So like when they did what was it, that, like, they've had a couple blockbuster kind of movies. Now, they were shitty, and that's why they didn't do good, in my opinion. Like, they haven't really, but I think what Apple just did this summer with F1 is going to go a long way to showing these streaming services that if you have a good movie, with stars, like a blockbuster kind of movie that's actually good, you can make a lot of money in theaters still. Because, like, it's one of the highest grossing movies this year. And Apple just keeps extending it. Like, the plan was to just have it in limited theaters, like a limited release type of deal. But then it made a butt ton of money. And so it's still in theaters. Like, F1 is still in theaters. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I think that's going to kind of be, and that's why I feel like Netflix is kind of testing the waters. Like, if they put it in these theaters and tickets are, quickly selling, and it shows like people are going to really support it, I'm sure they'll expand. I'm just curious if they're going to have a deal with, like, is it going to be Regal exclusive? Is it going to be Century exclusive? Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm curious.
I hope it's Cinemark, because if it's Regal, I'm bitching because I got to drive farther for Regal. So I just,
they suck. They suck. Regals
I'm not
are
a member
all
anymore. I'm not a Regal member anymore, so I don't get any points or anything.
And I'm not a Regal I canceled mine because one, the
too.
theater that was near me closed, but two, they're all run down. Like, the seats are old, like everything is older. Whereas Cinemark, everything is brand new. They have the heated seats, dude. Like, I mean, heated seats. And now Century also has like a full menu, dude. The Century near me, they have pizza, they have chicken wings, French fries. Like,
you eat pizza in the theater?
Oh yeah, all the time. I generally eat it before the movie starts. So it's one of those, like, because I always get to a movie, like, I'm old school, so I get to a movie like half hour before. And so I'll, eat a pizza. Like, I don't go there being like, I'm going to, it's not like popcorn. I don't go to the movies going, I'm going to get a pizza
and take it into the snack.
No. I eat it in the theater. I'm just saying it's one of those where I'm in a hurry, haven't had time. The same with chicken wings, things like that, where I'll just eat it before the movie starts. It's like I need lunch. It's one of those I just didn't have time to go and eat. And so I'll eat that and then have maybe popcorn or candy or whatever. I don't have candy much, but that, I mean, it's rare.
I only eat popcorn in the theater.
But it's like, you eat pizza, a smaller pizza. It's only like, like that.
I know, I've seen them. I've seen them. But I've always been like,
they're really good, dude.
I guess
they're Pizza Hut, and they're hella good. Oh, a lot of people eat them, dude. So many people eat them. You generally have to wait. Like, they'll have they keep about a dozen out on the warmer at all times, but on busy nights, like, you're usually having to go up. But you can pre-order. Like, the Century I go to is amazing. For one, they know me by name. For two, they give me posters whenever I want them. Like, they're just amazing. And they warned me of things. Like, the other night I went there and forgot that it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre Day. And the girl at the counter was like, are you going to see Texas? She's like, because I was going to the secret movie. And she's like, did you not realize Texas Chainsaw Massacre is playing right now? It's like the 8K like special. I was like, what? So I canceled and fucking went to that instead. And it was, dude, it was so cool. It was wild. I don't know. I mean, I've seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I don't even know how many times, a lot of times. But there was something different. I had never seen it in theaters. And like, I think I might have seen it in an old shitty little art house theater a long time ago. But like, I definitely never seen it like this, where it's like on a huge screen, super deluxe version, but it was like crazy. Cause I was like, this is an A24 movie. Like if it was released today, it would be a huge hit. Like there's so much artistry in it. And it's funny, it gets kind of talked about as like a slasher. It gets talked about with Friday the 13th and all these other movies. And it's not, dude. It deserves to be talked about with like The Exorcist. Not with Halloween or Friday the 13th. As much as I love those movies too, they're not pieces of art on the same level. You know what I mean? Exorcist is, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is. Like, it's just, if you just watch it and just pay attention to the way it's shot beyond anything else, or pay attention to the props and the things that they did, dude, it's just such a beautiful movie, man. It was like I fell in love with it all over again. It was weird. But anyway, keep going off on a tangent.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about Frankenstein, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll end up getting a much more wide release. But either way, if you really want to see it in theaters, you're going to be able to see it.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely
going to have to drive a couple hours, worst case, like if you're in a small town or something. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that brings us to our next
I'm really excited about. I don't know if this is that big of a deal to you, but
Anna Faris and Regina Hall will return in a Scary Movie reboot releasing summer next year. Miramax and Paramount are bringing the Scary Movie franchise back to theaters with a new reboot movie, and Deadline reports today that franchise veterans Anna Faris and Regina Hall will once again make magic together. Yes, they're both coming back for the Scary Movie reboot. How do you feel about that?
I am so excited because as soon as I heard the Wayans were on board, I'm like, all right, I'm in. Because the last couple were horrible. They were just
they were not good. They were not good.
And so like that, and they stopped making them, and that's fine. But it's like, as we saw with Naked Gun, this is like, we're finally ready for these kind of movies again. Like they overstayed their welcome for a while, but I feel like it's time for this stuff, for these spoof comedies to kind of come back. And this is like the gold standard of the late 90s, early 2000s. But it was like without the Wayans involved, I'm like, but when I heard that they were writing it and being involved in it, I was like, all right, cool. So there's a good chance it could be good. But it was like, unless we get them to, it just doesn't feel right, Yeah. And so not only are they coming back, but from what I've heard, they're going to be like some of the main characters basically again. It's not going to be like cameo bullshit.
Yeah, the Wayans were the heart and soul of the Scary Movies. And so when you remove that, it's just like, it's like removing George Lucas from Star Wars. Who'd have thought?
Yeah.
No shit. You're not going to get the same product. But
I think it's going to be surprising how much money it makes. Like, I bet it makes a lot of money.
It probably will. It probably will. And I just hope it's good.
They're not movies that cost much to make either.
Right. I just
think
hope
it'll be fun. Good. I think it, like you didn't see Naked Gun yet, did you?
No, I know. I got to see it before it leaves theaters.
It is so good. It really gave me hope again that comedies can still exist and that we can get good comedies again. Because it's just about, like, for a while we were getting so many movies that were just being rushed out, like reboots and sequels. And so we weren't getting the best of what writers could make. And so I think there being a break for a lot of different franchises, not just comedy wise, but like in general, it's given time for like people to be like audiences to be ready for this stuff again, but also for writers to have ideas and you're not rushing these in constantly, like kind of what happened with Saw. They were rushing one out every year, and there's no way you're going to come up with good original new ideas necessarily every single year.
Yeah.
Whereas like Saw 10 was so much better than any Saw movie in like a while. It's because they had time. Even though those were like a lot of the same people that did Jigsaw, it wasn't like they're just writers that had never been involved in the Saw franchise, but it was like they took the time to actually, really think about and work on an idea and actually had a good thing to finally make a movie. Not like, because it's been backwards where it's one of those you're making a movie just to make a movie, or you're writing a script to make a movie instead of you have a good script and so you're making a movie.
Right. It's backwards nowadays.
Yeah. But I think we're starting to see things course correct, and good stories are getting movies again, and original properties making money shows that it's, and that's why a movie like Weapons or F1 or, any of these movies,
Together,
Sinners, a lot of movies we had this year that have made a shitload of money that are original. Yeah. That's why it's so important.
Yeah. All right.
Do you want to watch the Halloween game trailer?
Yeah. Do you want to go through the article first, or do you want to just watch the trailer?
Yeah, read the article because the trailer doesn't show a ton.
It's a long article. I'll read the first.
Well, I can just. Okay.
I'll read the first. Well, for those of you who didn't know, Halloween the game is coming out, and Bloody Disgusting has an exclusive interview. As Ilphonic's Jared Garrettson takes stock of his pinch me circumstances, we can't help to think about just how many people must envy the developer situation, because unless they get a pretty major gap in their viewing history, the director of The Thing and The Fog is all but guaranteed to have played a foundational role in any horror fan's developing love affair with scary movies. Indeed, you'd be hard-pressed to find someone, even with the vaguest bit of interest in the genre, who doesn't at least have one Carpenter flick locked in their top 20. Alas, for most of us, that's where our relationship with the master filmmaker ends. No matter how much we might idolize him, we've come to terms with the depressing fact that we'll never be able to rub shoulders with the genius behind They Live, and our incredulous adolescent selves would be quite right to doubt any claims to the contrary. That is not the case for Jared, though, who, in this dubious time travel scenario, would be able to gloat to his 18-year-old self that he does indeed have a direct line to his childhood hero, and not only that, but he is collaborating with him on a brand new adaptation of one of his most enduring works in the form of Halloween the Game. So we're getting a Halloween game that John Carpenter is affiliated with.
Yes, and I will so I'll fill in the gaps, so you got to read all this because nobody's going to care about 90% of what this article is saying.
Yeah, there's a lot.
All everybody cares about is we have heard for a while that we're working on a game, but like a lot of people, I thought it was just going to be another one of these Dead by Daylight games where, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, where it looks awesome. Killer Clowns one, like they look awesome, but it's just basically the same thing. It's just you're running around, it doesn't feel like a real game.
Yeah.
This one, that's the big announcement. Not only the trailer look like the game looks legit, but what's more important is there's single player story mode in it. So it's going to be an actual game, but then there's also going to be multiplayer. So it seems like it's going to be both. It's going to have that, the Dead by Daylight model. So you'll be able to play with friends and, and teams and whatever, like Friday the 13th, the game was, but also have story mode where you'll be, actually running from Michael Myers and get to play as Michael Myers and things like that. So that's what I'm excited about, because that's what I wanted, was like a real game. Same with all these franchises, like Friday the 13th. As cool as that was, it was like you wanted a story mode. You wanted like a movie version of a game, something that's like, comic books, something that actually extends the story. So this sounds like that's what it's going to be. So.
Well, here's the trailer, and it sounds like we're getting this game and then plus the Hellraiser game. That's going to be, so
same exact thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's
That's
the
what was
trailer.
exciting about Hellraiser too, is that it's story mode, like, real game. I don't think this looks anywhere near as good. Oh yeah, they'll definitely grab it, but whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna get for this.
No, I don't think this looks anywhere near as good as the Hellraiser game.
Just like
but this still looks cool.
Other small towns all across America.
That Hellraiser game looks next level.
Town,
yeah,
just
it looks
like
yours. Great.
But it was here on October 31st, 1963.
Old Halloween font. Love it.
No motive.
What do you think
warning.
of this voice actor trying to be Loomis?
Just
I think it's all right.
Death.
Oh, bloody hands on the window.
I met him 15 years ago.
I kind of hope he's
thought
not
there
in
was
the
hope
game.
that he
And
could
like
be
they
reached.
just simply got him for this.
But what I met was not a child.
Oh, there's a body.
No emotion.
It just bugs me because it definitely
Perhaps
does
not
not
even
sound
human.
like Donald Pleasance and so
15 years later, he
Yeah.
returned home. But what happened that night was only the beginning. It wasn't just a killing spree. It was a
The
reckoning.
physics look very similar to Friday the 13th, the game.
Yeah.
Like the movements and stuff.
You can't stop him. You can't reason with him. You can't kill the boogeyman.
The shape.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to cut this out.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all cool, man. Well,
so
the trailer doesn't
if you're
show
watching
that
this
much.
on the replay, you probably just had a big chunk cut out. And if you did and are trying to figure out what just happened, we probably had to cut out the game. So definitely go check the trailer out. It looks fun, but they copyrighted it, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't show much, and that's what I was saying. Like, it doesn't say much, but there's a whole website. Like, the information I know about it is because there's a whole entire website they put up today, or made public today, that shows more behind the scenes of the game and more details on what the game is going to be like. It's like pretty extensive. So I recommend going to check that out.
Yeah, definitely do that. We don't know when this is coming out. Is this coming out next year? Does it say?
Yeah, 2026 is all we know. It didn't have an official date yet.
Yeah, so sometime next year is when it's
so
coming out.
Let's get to the chat real quick. What do you guys want to hear? Let's see. Do you guys want to watch one more trailer? We have the Good Boy trailer, the Fallout Season 2 trailer, Jester 2 trailer. So we can watch one more trailer before we talk about Sweet Revenge or what. Either way, let's get to the chat. Let's see what they're saying before we get into.
All right, I got to scroll up a little bit. Going all the way back.
Sorry, we're so in a rush today, guys. Like, we're just DJ's just on a tight timeline.
Going back to the Frankenstein news, Nettie says, got to watch it on the big screen. Heather says, sweet, should be a wider release, though. Yeah, should be. TRP says, here's hoping Frankenstein.
Making money.
Yeah,
if it's making money, there is no way Netflix is not going to put it in more theaters.
Right.
We've seen that happen a lot. Like, even movies like Terrifier, where it opens up in 500 theaters, does good, and the next week it's in 1,000. Like, that happens regularly.
TRP says, here's hoping Frankenstein lands as well as Nosferatu.
Well,
I hope so.
I don't know if it'll. I think more people will see it because of it being on Netflix. But I don't know if we're going to see, like, it'll be hard to know because it won't, no matter what, it's not going to have as extensive of a theatrical run as Nosferatu. So it's going to be hard to know, like, you know what I mean? Like, it might make 20 million, 30 million, which is huge, but I can't see it making like 150, 200 million, like Nosferatu.
Yeah.
So
Vorpal says there's never going to be a Frankenstein's monster like Boris Karloff. Well, we don't know yet. We'll see.
Well, no, but this is not that Frankenstein. Like, this is simply the story of Frankenstein, but it's a new adaptation, man. Like, you should never compare. Like, you got to enjoy things for what they are. Like, comparing, like, especially if we're talking about 100-year difference in a movie. You know what I mean? Like that was 100 years ago, basically.
Well, yeah, but
So,
people
like,
compare Joker actors all the time.
Yeah, but that's not 100 years difference.
Not yet.
And one of the most iconic actors of all time. And the first. But yeah, but people compare, but they also don't not enjoy, you know, or most people are like, because each Joker is really its own thing. And it's like most people kind of love them for, you know, the only one that gets really shit on is the one that what's his name did. Damn it.
The one from Van Helsing.
No, Joker.
Joker.
Yeah.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, that's the only one really. But for the most part, like, yeah, people will kind of compare, but not really. They're like, you know, everybody just kind of loves them as their, you know, Jack Nicholson's very, very different than what's his name in the Batman Returns. You know what I mean? Like, they're just very, very different styles of playing that role.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like, you can compare and be like, see how they did it different, but I just take issue with that comment. It's not a matter of comparing them. It's a matter of being like, what's the point? You know, the attitude, what's the point of making it? It'll never be as good as Boris Karloff. You know what I mean? That's more of what I'm talking about, where it's like, you don't even give it a chance. Like, literally the movie is not, nobody's seen it yet.
I don't know if Vorpal's saying that though. I don't know if Vorpal, are you saying you shouldn't make the movie because there's not going to be another?
No, but still saying there'll never be another Boris Karloff is immediately like saying, like you even said, you never know. And that's what I mean. Like, we haven't seen it yet, but like, it doesn't need to be Boris Karloff, I guess is, you know what I'm trying to say. It's just like, it could be its own thing. It could do a different thing.
Right.
This is, even from the trailer, this is going to be very different than any other Frankenstein story we've seen.
Well, it's going to be Guillermo del Toro, and Guillermo del Toro has been wanting to do a Frankenstein. This is like his,
since he was like a kid.
This is the movie he's been wanting to make. So it's like, this better be his magnum opus. This better be his best. You know what I mean? This needs to be better than
definitely given it everything he has. It's just a matter of, like any movie, man, there's so many moving parts, you know?
Yeah.
But
well, we'll see.
He has put everything into this. Like, he turned down a bunch of projects. He put a shitload of his own money into it. Like, he's been working on it for a number of years now.
Yeah.
So, like, dude, he is, I mean, just the pictures alone, like the sets they built for this, the costume design. I mean, like, they literally built like an entire city for this movie. Like, it's insane. Like, estimates are that it's over 300 million to make this movie.
Oh, jeez. Well,
yeah. It's Netflix though, so it's kind of like Amazon Prime. They just like literally throw unlimited amounts of money at stuff.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Wonderful says
Netflix will make it
What?
That's the one thing about Netflix, because everybody can watch it at home from Netflix. Everybody will give it a chance.
Yeah.
TRP says, like, oh, I don't know about word of mouth isn't great. I don't want to go spend $50 to go see that movie. You know what I mean? That's Netflix always gets, you know, like it's like as bad as that War of the Worlds was on Prime. It's still one of the highest viewed movies Prime has ever released of their originals.
Do you know why?
It's because it's bad, but it's also because you can watch it at home. Like, it doesn't cost you anything if you already got Prime.
It sounds like this is like The Room levels of bad.
It is.
And so that's why people are watching it, because they have a morbid curiosity to see
but I don't
just
think
how terrible this movie is. Yeah, dude, like, The Room isn't fun bad. The Room feels like it's 3 hours long. Oh my God, no.
No, I know, but it's funny to, like, it's so bad you're laughing at it. It's like Birdemic.
That's what War of the Worlds
doesn't feel like that. No, but this doesn't feel like that. There's no passion in this. Like, as bad as Birdemic was in The Room, Like those people were trying to make there was earnest, like they were trying to make a good movie. This, it's like nobody gave a fuck. They're getting a paycheck. It was shot during the pandemic and it shows. It's like Ice Cube is phoning it in as hard as, like, there's literally scenes where you can tell he is 100% just reading it off of his computer. Like he didn't memorize the script at all. Like literally it's so clearly that he's, and other parts, like there's tons of stuff like that where it feels like they're just reading it off of their computer.
Yeah. Well,
and I mean,
anyway,
dude, it was in the can for 5 years.
Yeah.
It's worth it's worth checking out, especially.
I know. I got to see it. TRP says, man, I need to get out more. I had no idea pizza at a movie theater was an option. Yeah, it's an option. Diddy says, I don't like popcorn. What? I always take a hot dog and a bag of minstrels in a movie. A bag of minstrels? What's that? Is that some British way to say M&Ms or something?
No. Isn't that those little Whopper type of candies?
I have no idea.
It's like a British, they're like the little British chocolate kind of things, I think.
Just call them Whoppers.
Well, they're literally a different alcohol. Like they're similar, but they're their own candy.
You know what I found out the other night playing trivia? That there was a British name for Snickers.
Really?
It was called Marathon.
Why would they give it? So it's got a different nickname?
No, it was branded as Marathon.
You could buy Snickers there. Oh, so like at one time it was literally branded a different name over there?
Yeah.
Because I know now it's Snickers, like, just straight up Snickers.
Now it is, but yeah.
That's wild.
So it used to be called Marathon.
Why is that shaped so weird?
I don't know, but yeah. Anyway,
all right.
So
let's get to the main topic of the night before you got to go.
Okay,
so
let's do that.
Okay, hold on, set it up. So if you haven't seen it yet, Sweet Revenge is an actual Friday the 13th canon short. So they got like a real director, like a legit director who's directed quite a few movies to make this short. It's only 15 minutes long. It's free to watch on YouTube. And everybody heard about this and was like, oh, cool. And then we found out it's literally a commercial. It is sponsored by Angry Orchard. And they didn't, like, I gotta give it up for Angry Orchard. There really isn't a ton of product in it, like placement in it, other than like the one girl is carrying around an Angry Orchard beer, or I guess it's apple hard cider. She's carrying it around like most of the movie, and there's like a couple references for apples. But like as far as a sponsored kind of thing goes, it's not that bad. Like I was expecting it to be like a full-on commercial, you know what I mean? But that's not to say anything else beyond that element of it, at least wasn't that bad in my opinion, as far as things go. But just to set it up, so this is officially licensed by the Jason Universe people, and it's a very complicated thing that I'm not going to spend a bunch of time explaining, but basically there is multiple rights holders to the Friday the 13th property, and that's why it's such a mess. Like some people own the rights to the name of the name Friday the 13th, and then there's another group that own the rights to the character Jason. Then there's other people that own rights if it's in other countries, and then other people that own rights for a TV show here, because right now A24 is making a TV series. They own the rights, but only to make a TV series. So like it's a whole mess, but this is actually the first actual Jason licensed thing that's been made in 16 years. With that being said, what did you think of it?
So I thought it was okay. As far as Friday the 13th properties go, it's probably better than most. But I thought it was all right. I thought there were some interesting kills. I thought the acting was serviceable. I do agree that it was, it's an Angry Orchard commercial. But for 13, 14 minutes.
Yeah.
It's fine. I didn't hate it.
I won't say I hated it. Like, that's strong, but I don't see the point in it at all. Like,
oh yeah.
my biggest issues with it is the biggest issue total is that it's pointless. It's like literally, I thought that at the end of it, there would be something that came up that was like 2026, Jason's back and have a name of a movie that's coming or a video game or something. And so that this was made to promote something that's to come. There isn't. And so like, I don't understand what the point of this is other than just literally a sponsor. But even Angry Orchard, like the thing is Angry Orchard made like this cool Halloween product, Jason line. So it's like 6 different flavors or something like that of Angry Orchard. And the packaging is actually pretty sick. And so it's Halloween themed with Jason on it and stuff. And like, so that's cool. Like I get it from their standpoint. I just don't get it from the Jason universe. And my biggest issue with it, honestly, isn't even really the short itself. It's this way that this Jason universe has gone about all of this. Like everything they've done is just another fucking commercial, another way to capitalize and make money. And it's like, they're not actually giving us anything. Like they haven't given a movie. They haven't given a game. They have literally not given anything. It just is constantly like there's this new Jason character you can add to your Dead by Daylight game, or there's, you know what I mean? It's always a product way for them to make money. And that is just annoying the shit out of me. And then beyond that, I can't stand the mask. Like, how do you get Jason's mask wrong?
Yeah.
Like this new mask, it's way too big on the guy's head. The eyes are all fucking weird. I'm just like, how do you get that wrong? Like,
yeah, let me try to find it.
Like the logo is one of the shit, like for the Jason universe, it's like one of the worst logos I've ever seen done for like, especially for a big company. Like I don't understand it at all. And I don't like the actor that's playing Jason. Not that he did a bad job, but he is way too small. Like he's not intimidating at all. He just looks like a regular dude.
He looks kind of like a regular
slender.
Dude.
He's super slender, and he's a fantastic stuntman. He's been in a bunch of shit that I've seen. I forget his name, but like, great stuntman. He's done some really, really good shit. So like, it's nothing about him. It's just, why would you not go get a Kane Hodder level type of guy? I'm not saying you're going to get Kane Hodder. He's old, right? I'm not even saying to get a Jason Mears or anybody that's played Jason before. It's fine. We can get, like what they did with Halloween with James Jude Courtney, where we get a whole new guy to do it. That's fine. But make it intimidating. Like James Jude Courtney is a big motherfucker. Like get someone that play Jason is especially should be bigger than Michael Myers.
You don't need a lot of acting skills to be Jason.
No, you need to be big and imposing.
You need to be over 6 foot and maybe pushing 250, 260 pounds.
But some of that is how it's shot, because we've had some Jasons throughout the years that were only like maybe my height. Like I think the shortest one was like 5'11". So it's about how it's shot. Like you don't have to have necessarily a massive hulking guy, but if it's shot correctly, but it's not just that he's not tall, he's super slender. Like it looks like a boy, like a teenager boy is playing Jason.
There's a couple of shots. He's like in skinny jeans.
And then my last problem with it is, what the fuck is the ending of this? Like spoiler if you haven't seen this. So if you haven't seen this, probably turn this off and go watch that. It's only 15 minutes long. It is worth checking out, because the main reason is there's one kill. There's one kill that is brutal, gory, feels very Friday the 13th, and it's badass. It's unique. But that's another one of my complaints. Most of the kills that happen are off screen. So you just come back to the house and there's just bodies everywhere, but you don't see any of them killed. It's like, that's kind of lame. But no, and even the old man guy, she just finds him dead. Like you wouldn't even see, like he's a creepy guy all spying on her. We don't even get to see that guy die.
Spoiler alert.
But I already said spoiler a bunch.
Oh, my bad.
But yeah, so the ending of this, put the spoiler thing on screen, please. So the ending of this, you see this girl mano a mano with Jason, but at least from how I saw this, she gets killed by Jason earlier on when she's in the canoe and gets pulled under the water because it's in the middle of the daytime. And then the next time you see her crawling out of the water, it's pitch black dark. And so, and her eyes are all blacked out, like dark circles around them, like she's super gaunt. So my take on it is she's dead. And so she's like the lake, Crystal Lake, brought her back to life. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of an interesting idea of that the lake is magical, because that would explain how back in the day Jason's came back to life or whatever. So I'm okay with that. But it's just the ending makes you like she ends up killing her friend and like the whole cheating on her thing, that whole subplot. I'm like, that's just dumb. If you're gonna like, it would be one thing if you do that for a movie, but when it's only 15 minutes in general, like to me, that was just dumb. Like you didn't like adding that whole subplot and stuff just feels dumb to me. But
man, you're starting to sound like me.
But the whole thing with her facing off with Jason, it's like, what does this mean? Is this them trying to say that they're going to have like a new female Jason or a Jason sidekick? Like, yeah,
a Jason sidekick.
Yeah. Like just Terrifier with the little girl.
Oh yeah, well that was also and take a note from Terrifier. That was bad, and they dropped her.
Or are they gonna try to go like woke, so to speak? Fucking hate that term, but like, and have a female Jason.
Dude, if they do that, they're signing their own death warrant.
Yeah,
they really are.
Everything to this point that they've done doesn't feel like there's passion in it. Doesn't feel like they're trying to be creative or anything. Everything feels like it's just a cash grab.
Yeah.
And so to me, I'm just like, dude, I could totally see him doing that. Like some older motherfuckers that don't know anything being like, dude, I know how we'll get more people. Let's make a female and a male Jason. You know, let's have a Jason sidekick that's a girl so that the girls will watch it too. Like, can't you see these dumb old fucks doing that?
I can. K-Hot says Crystal Lake is not Pet Cemetery. Absolutely hated that aspect of the short.
I know. I'm not a fan of it either. I'm just saying I was okay with it. I'm like, okay, it's something different.
Yeah.
I at least,
like I said, I thought it was
doing something different, but like,
I thought it was fine. You know, I can see all the problems that you're having, but I guess I was going into this with like low expectations. So maybe I wasn't, you know, I wasn't necessarily affected as much as I probably would have been if I was going into this maybe with higher expectations. But the fact that I didn't, the fact that I figured I was just going in to watch a 15-minute Angry Orchard commercial with Jason, that I would just let more pass, I guess, probably.
Dude, well, here's the thing. If you look at it like that, if it's in a vacuum and it doesn't have any ramifications on anything else to come, it's like its own little thing,
then it's fine. But the fact that this is canon, that's
what worries me.
Problem. Yeah.
The fact that they did a whole fucking premiere and like invited a bunch of like people that have made fan films, like the Jason fan films, like the Never Hike Alone guys, like they invited them to the premiere and stuff. And like
Never Hike Alone is still the best Friday the 13th property.
Dude,
non-property.
It's so good. It's like if you were to give DeSantis like legit money, he wouldn't even need much. Like you give that guy
$5 million.
$2 million, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even think he needs 5. But yeah, if you give him $5 million, he would make the best Jason or best Friday the 13th we've ever seen, because he would make an actual good movie.
Yeah, that movie would make $200 to $300 million. I would put that out there.
I just don't think that they can. I think as much as like they keep on trying to pussyfoot around it and saying, oh, there's a movie to come, there's a game to come. I think the reality is there's just too many cooks in the kitchen and the rights are too complicated. It's like, it's the reason Saw was just sold to Blumhouse, because when you have multiple people that own the rights to something, if they can't come to an agreement and see eye to eye on it, You know, it's why New Line and all the stuff with Nightmare on Elm Street. Same reason we haven't had that in forever. Is because you have multiple people that own the rights and they can't. And it makes no sense to me. I'm like, dude, you're throwing away money. Like you can make so much money, dude. You could honestly, I think if you made a good Friday the 13th, like that, the trailer looked really good and you know, it looked like a 2018 Halloween level of quality, right?
Yeah.
2018 Halloween. Like if you were to make a Friday the 13th level of that, it would make $500 million. I think it would do what it did, what It Chapter 1 did, which was like
maybe
500, 600 million. Because I don't think there is another horror property that could make more money. I mean, he's so mainstream. And it's been so long since there was a Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah.
Because how much did the 2009 Friday or Nightmare on Elm Street make? Or not Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. Let me look it up. Because I don't know off the top of my head.
Because I don't think Nightmare on Elm Street, like it would make, 200 million.
It made 92.7 million. So let's just round up. It made 93 million on a $19 million budget.
And that was back when nobody was starving for Friday the 13th on the same level. It was also before social media was really like it is, like, I mean, it would
97 minutes too. In and out, man. And it's a good movie. Like it's good.
I know it's the best one.
I agree.
Definitely the best one. Like it looks the best. Like it does some unique things, like having Jason be like this hunter. Like I really liked that element, of him using different kinds of weapons and running. It like felt like they were doing something new and different without feeling like they were, like they had a Jason sidekick. You know what I mean? Not like they were doing some gimmicky bullshit. Like just actually unique. So I don't know. So like if it's in a vacuum and that's all it is just a commercial, then it's fine. I'm not mad at it really at all. All the problems I have are because it is supposed to be canon and because they're saying this is part of their whole new campaign and, so I don't know, man. I'll cover it regardless, but but look at it, man. It's that time. So you need to.
Yep, I gotta head out. Are you gonna stay on?
Yeah, I'll stay on for a little while longer.
All right, I'll kill the spoiler alert. But anyway, man, thanks, appreciate it. Thanks everybody. Thanks chat. Hope you guys have a good rest of the night. I gotta get caught up on sleep. I've just not been sleeping. And
and he's gonna try to see. He's gonna try to see Jimmy and Stiggs. Is it Jimmy and Stiggs?
Jimmy and Stiggs. I gotta try. I'm trying to see Jimmy and Stiggs this week, so we can talk about it.
I saw it. I saw it a few days ago, but I'm gonna save my thoughts until we can talk about it. Hopefully next week.
All right, and then look for an announcement here pretty soon about the festival.
Yeah, location. Hopefully,
Yep. It's nothing that nobody knows already, but we're finally nailing down a location for the festival, and all we got to do is sign a contract at this. Well, that's not all we have to do. We got to make sure that the price is right, but we're right there.
Iron out the details.
Yeah.
As they say.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
All right,
Take
bro.
it easy.
Have a good night.
See you next week. Bye.
Later, man. All right. So now it is just us. So let me get a little closer so I can read what all you crazy fucks are saying. Yeah, you guys get me all up close. Hey, I see you out there. So anybody go to Spirit Halloween yet? I went to it the other day, man. There's just nothing for me like it. It just makes me feel so happy inside to go to Spirit. All right, I'm scrolling back on these comments a little bit, and I'm just going to be talking with you guys from this point forward. So if you got any questions or whatever, I will do my best to get to them. So, all right. Terry says, "What's up? Here it's hot as hell." Yeah, it's hot here. We're 99 degrees today. Yeah, 99. We were super hot. Like I was last week, the week before was like well over 100 every day. It was brutal. I'm ready for summer to be over, man. But like that's the one crappy part of California is we won't have any days that actually feel like fall until basically December. And so it's kind of hard to get into the Halloween spirit in that regard. But Vorpal says, I don't care about actors and the craft. I demand my Frankensteins look like Boris Karloff's monster. It means everything. No, dude, it's got to be its own thing, man. Like it's a new Frankenstein. Like why would you want him? I don't know, man. Like I want that classic Frankenstein to be left as the beautiful, amazing thing that it is. Yeah, Young Frankenstein is a blast. Bride of Frankenstein is the best Frankenstein movie, I think, in my opinion, it's of any of the Frankenstein movies. Del Toro never disappoints me. His movies are so visually beautiful and haunting. Yeah, I can't imagine it not at least being interesting. You know, the story is where, you know, like some of the writing elements is where it could maybe let me down. It's like if the story's not that great. But I just can't imagine that the look and the characters and things like that are not going to be good. Like, I mean, Guillermo del Toro is one of those visionaries, you know. With Del Toro attached, they should call it Frankenstein's Labyrinth. The trailer kind of almost looks like that. There's a lot of romance and like gothic quality about the way this universe looks. Run the Good Boy trailer. Interesting concept. Let's talk about it. Okay, I will. Yeah, give me a second. Let me pull that up. I have watched this trailer once, but I didn't really like fully pay attention to it. So I've been wanting to kind of, dude, why did they go and change stuff? I hate when they change stuff, man. All right. Can you guys hear it okay?
Look who's here.
The Ghost Pirate Patreon is as little as $1, but it's mostly about like what you want to help support the channel with. So like you can become a free member, but that doesn't like I don't unfortunately do a lot right now on the channel or on the Patreon. Not like I want to. I just don't have a ton of time. This looks creepy, but it also feels like we don't see much in this trailer. So it's hard to know like
I should never have come here.
what we're even seeing. You know what I mean? But yeah, the Patreon is only as little as $1, but like a lot of people do the $5 a month thing. Mostly you're just supporting the channel. Sometimes I do release videos early on there when I can. And I do try to do some stuff on there when I can. It's just hard because I'm constantly just barely keeping up with making content. But I always have plans to do more and more on there. But it helps this channel survive. It's as simple as that. When you're a channel member on here, I only get a tiny bit of it. I get like $1 of the $3 or whatever. On there, I get the most of it. I get most of the monthly support you do. So that's why I always prefer people do Patreon. But it's just like donating. Like if you want to help the channel out, go to my PayPal or Venmo, because when you donate directly through the channel, like YouTube takes like, a big cut of it, like half or close to half or whatever of it, depending on, yeah. But it just all helps me survive and be able to keep doing this. So I appreciate anything and everything everybody does. It's like I'm next month in like 3 weeks, I think I'm driving all the way across country to Texas to go to my first film festival, Fantastic Fest. And I'm going to try to do, or I am going to shoot it like a vlog style, like what I did when I recently went to Las Vegas. I don't know if you've seen that video, but I went down to Vegas and made a vlog of it and shot my whole experience, because I went to the Universal Unleashed, Horror Unleashed new theme experience thing that they did. So cool. But so I kind of captured my whole trip and then made it into a video, and I'm planning on doing the same thing. But I am super stressing on money, not gonna lie, because this trip for Fantastic Fest, I'm just kind of like planning to do it, even though I don't know if I'm gonna be able to survive gas wise or places to stay. Like I might be sleeping in my car, but I'm just like, I'm doing it, like I've wanted to do this for years. And it's one of those things where every time I try to save up money, something comes up, something happens. And so I'm just like, I'm just going, just going. And I'm going to take you guys with me, as, so to speak. Like I want to make a vlog and hopefully do some lives, because I'm going to be driving for like 3 days. So like I might do some live streams while I'm driving down there, or pull over to a restaurant and do a live or something. I don't know. But I'm going to be all by myself. So taking you guys with me as much as I can will really help me not feel so alone. Let's see. Apparently more so than the creators of the movies. I'm not following YouTube meme. Like, oh, hold on. There's another one. The multi-ownership issues with IP is what killed the existing FTG game. Yeah. Yep. They are the ones that shut down the Friday the 13th game. They keep saying they're going to make a new game and all that. And it's like, dude, there was already a sick game. Like you couldn't just come to an agreement with them and leave that game up. Like it's so frustrating. I have that game. Lots of people have the game and you can't even play it. Like it's not even, it's literally, yeah, it's messed up, man. Like they're so greedy. And like, I understand owning the rights to something and wanting your piece of the pie and all that, but when it literally is killing the property and hurting the fans and people that are supporting it, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know all the people involved, of course. I know it's complicated, but I just have honestly lost quite a bit of respect over the years for all the people that own the rights to the Friday the 13th stuff. And it's part of why I'm kind of bitter and soured towards it in general. And that's why I'm more angry at that short than I would be if it was like, a Chucky short or something, because it's like the people behind it, it just feels like everything is about greed. Let's see. I got to check if mine's open. see. Vorpal says, what is your favorite comic book? It was always Captain America and then Hulk, the Incredible Hulk growing up. I had quite a few of those growing up, like a lot of the older ones, but I haven't read comics or had comics in a long time. I just like, all I do is watch horror movies and then talk about them and then edit the videos. That's like 90% of my time. And then anything else that I'm doing, I'm generally multitasking. So like, I love football, but when I have a football game going, I have this like this. And then in this year, I have one of my earbuds and I'm editing. So I'm editing the audio and stuff for a video while I'm watching football and listening to it in this ear. Like, I am constantly working, but I love it. I never want to sound like I'm complaining about it. Like, I love doing this. Like, you know, I'm very obsessive with it at the same time and super passionate about it. But this is like what I do. So you guys see what I do. See, I'm trying to figure out where mine popped up at. Man, I hate when I come in the middle of conversations and I don't know what it's referring to. Let's see. Came in late. Any movies on your list to check out this week? I have a video that is just waiting for a sponsor approval. Hopefully it'll be up Friday, Saturday, probably at the latest. But I just submitted it earlier today for their approval. So as long as the sponsor gets back to me in the morning, it should be up Friday. Either way, I'll be up within the next few days. But it's a Tubi video, and there's a couple first time I've ever talked about them on the channel, little gems, you know. And then the video I am working on right now, I'm even more excited about. I discovered some absolute treasures, in my opinion, like some indie movies that I haven't really ever heard about that are just amazing. See, TRP says, Kainan, I'm loving the shirt. You come into Florida, you'd fit right in. Part of me wearing these shirts was Florida. Like, I always wore these, but like, I wear them a lot more now because when I was in Florida, I realized, like, when it's hot, man, in the summertime and the heat, and like where I live, it's hot here too. There's nothing better than this type of shirt, because t-shirts, you can see, you know, stains, wet spots where you're sweating through them. They stick to you, like all that stuff. These, man, they breathe. They, you know, as long as you wear a big enough one, it's like airy, and yeah. So I love Hawaiian button-up type of shirts. Casey says, we have a week-long anniversary in October. That's when we go raid our nearest store. Yeah, I love October. September, October, man, because Halloween for me is not one day. Halloween for me is 2 months. It starts in September, where I start to decorate things, and then October, where I wear a costume in my videos. And that's really how I celebrate Halloween now, is channel related, because I start going, like I just went through the other day. I don't have any money to buy any costumes or anything yet. Hopefully I will in like late September after my trip, but I'm already starting to put some ideas together on like what I want to dress up as, because I try to wear something different in every video that I put out in the month of October. So, but yeah, my Halloween decorations will go up for the first video in September. So I got to get that sorted out in the next week or so. Let's see. Kainan, or, well, I think you meant Kainan. Our school is making us catch a phrase to end our classic with. I'm not understanding that. What do you mean catch a phrase to end our classes with? I'm afraid I'm ripping you off. I'm telling the kids, remember, history can be fun. Oh, that's awesome. I know what you mean. That is awesome. That is so cool. I love that. You've got my full endorsement, especially because I love history. I am a history nut. Like, besides horror, history is up there. Like, I really am into history. Yeah, Good Boy looks all right. We don't really see much in that trailer, so like it's hard for me to really have an opinion on it. Like it looks creepy and interesting in that way, but like I think Good Boy comes out next month. I know it comes out pretty soon, like either September or October. I can't believe they cast De Niro as Frankenstein. I think that movie gets more hate than it deserves. Now, granted, I haven't watched that in a long time, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. But like when it came out, I remember enjoying it, and I thought De Niro did pretty damn good. But it's a little weird. I'm not gonna disagree with that. Like De Niro is a kind of strange choice to be this mangled up Frankenstein. But I liked that they were trying something different with it. Philly's Blunt says Del Toro just got a key to the city, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Oh, that's awesome. Named a studio here after him. That is so cool. I'm a member for £2 a month. Well, I appreciate you very much for that, Diddy. Let's see. FYI, the dog is actually the director's dog, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I heard that too, because it's a very Good Boy is a very small indie film. Like it's not like some big studio. It's an independently made movie that was purchased by is it Neon? It's purchased by one of the small companies. I forget, but being distributed by them. Maybe it's Shutter. Or yeah, I think it's IFC. It didn't hero Frankenstein. You talking to me? I'm the only one standing here. Vorpal says animal torture is too much for me to handle. Good night. Where do you see animal torture? What are you talking about? They're not torturing the dog in the movie. Question. Do you think there should be Frankenstein versus Wolfman movie? I don't really know if you could do that anymore. Like, I don't know if, because I don't know if you could do that without it being kind of humorous. And I don't really want to see those characters in a humorous situation. And I don't know how you could do it in a serious way that would work or make sense. But I'm not opposed to anything. Like if someone has a unique, cool idea, like, you know, I never say don't do something. It's just a matter of like, you know, if you got a good idea. They have a trailer that's like 3 times the length of that. It's well worth the watch. Oh, okay. That's the one that they just recently released, I think. Time to harass you again after watching Don't Look Now. I don't know what that is. Okay, I'll definitely check out the other trailer. Did you already? Or no, you didn't go to Horror Unleashed. You're just talking about the way it looked, did he? Because you're in the UK. Thank you for the Horror Unleashed vid. It was golden. Also, you went right by my hometown and old high school. It was such a fun trip. Like, I never thought I could have such a good time going and doing something like that by myself. But like, I was very much like, for one, I was filming things, so it helped me feel like I was with you guys. And then I also was just trying to do my best to be, you know, talking to people and not in a little bubble. Because a lot of times when I'm out and about, I'm just kind of in my little bubble. And so I tried to not be that way or be that way on the trip. And, you know, so I was talking to everybody. Yeah, Philly's Blunt. That's the PayPal. If you're on the here, I'll put it on the screen. My PayPal is my name. Same with Venmo. If you just put Kainan Becker, it's well, here, I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, if you go to in the link, if you're over on the Death Rattle channel, then yeah, you're gonna see the Blood Scribe one, and that's just to help the show. But that goes to DJ because we very rarely get any money sent there anyway. Let me put this on screen if I can find it. Where is it? Is it not on here anymore? There was a banner that had that stuff. Oh, there it is. Yeah. All right. Now it should be on the screen. Trying to remove my name off of here. There we go. All right. Yeah. So on the bottom of the screen right there is my PayPal, my Venmo. If you want to help me out on my trip, that would be amazing. Literally every single dollar is going to go towards me surviving and going on this trip. So I super appreciate anything, but I'm not saying anybody has to donate anything either. Like that's not, I'm not here trying to get people to send money. No, I think it's like a ghost, man. They're not going to hurt the dog. Like nobody hurts animals. Plus, I've heard nothing but good things about the movie. If they killed the dog, nobody would be talking this movie up because you just can't kill any animals or dogs anymore, especially dogs. Yeah, I've seen the longer trailer of Good Boy. But yeah, I mean, people need to relax. They're not hurting the dog. They're not going to kill the dog. Don't look now, Donald. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Are you actually a Cyclops or is it a bit? No, there's an eye there. It's just blind and it looks off to the fucking side, but there's an eye there. See? But it's not a bit. I was wearing this before. I wear this when I'm out and about. Like I wear it all the time. The only time I don't wear it is when I drive, because when I drive, I can still see enough out of this eye that I can see shapes and stuff. And with this patch on, it actually blocks a little bit of this eye's vision when it, like this direction. So I take it off so I can see a little bit more. Let's see. Lava, I use your catchphrase as well and gave you credit. Grab your popcorn and candy and go watch the monkey. Nice. Man, I was thinking about going to see Ninja Turtles tonight. Like, I can't believe that Ninja Turtles is in theaters again. It's like 40-year anniversary or something like that. I'm like, what? Like, I remember seeing that when I was pretty young in theaters. Like, that's just crazy. Man, what is going on with this chat? It keeps like scrolling. Are you guys still out there? I feel like this is not. There we go. Okay. It wasn't updating. I've seen. I meant your vid of the Horror Unleashed was cool. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought you meant, Diddy. Because I'm like, dude, did you fly? Because it just opened up like this last week to the public. And I was like, dude, did you fly out here? Because I know you're from the UK, right? Tenderloin Stew says, don't look now. Why that keeps popping up? Like, I've seen that comment like 5 times. Every time I scroll down to try to see new comments, it keeps shoving it back. That's annoying. Hey Hermes. Let's see. All right, here we go. Finally watched Clown in a Cornfield. Such a fun movie. Yeah, I had a great time with it. You know, like it's not a game changer at all. It's totally a popcorn kind of movie, but like it is a perfect kind of popcorn movie. Like it's one of those that I felt like you didn't need to rush out to see in theaters, but at home, it's like the perfect Saturday night kind of movie. Like it is the quintessential Saturday night horror movie. Like it's what I'm talking about when I talk about Saturday night movies, where you don't have to take them super serious. They're one of those movies that if you jump up, run to the bathroom and come back, it's not the end of the world. Like, you know what I mean? It's not one of those you have to see it, hang on every word and follow every little thing. You know, it's just fun. And we need those too. Still have super pretty eyes. Oh, thank you, Natty. Or Nettie, sorry. Kay, you don't need to explain your eye situation. It's personal to you. Yeah, but I have been explaining it my entire life, so it doesn't like bother me to explain it either. It's like I don't feel like I have to, and if I didn't want to, like with anything, man, like if I don't want to talk about something, I just don't. You know, like I never feel obligated for shit, but like it doesn't bother me. So I'm like, thank you, Philly's Blunt. Thank you so much. Yeah, so like it doesn't bother me. And like if it doesn't bother me, I'll explain to people. It's like I know that when I watch, you know, other YouTube channels and stuff, I'm always curious about certain things, you know, but like a lot of times I'm afraid to ask because I don't want to like insult anybody or whatever. But like I'm there, you know, we're always curious, and so I'd rather if it's not something that bothers me, I would rather answer so that people don't wonder. You should see my comment over and over until you finally give in and watch the goddamn movie. That's not how I work, Tenderloin. It's actually the opposite. Because generally how I work at this point is if I see multiple people mentioning a movie, and especially if it's on one of the streaming services like Tubi, it's going to eventually be like, okay, I need to check that one out because I've seen multiple people mention it. When there's just one person, like there's a few people that do that, they just keep mentioning the same movie over and over and over. Like I will not watch it. Like there's been a couple that I'm just like, dude, I'm never going to watch that movie because it's like, that's just annoying. And that's not how you get through to anybody. You know what I mean? Like a bully or whatever, but like all you need to do is mention it, you know, every now and then. And if I'm scanning through stuff and I see it and I have time and I'm like, oh, hey, someone mentioned that, and I check it out. Like that's how it works. There is no bullying me into doing jack shit. And I'm not saying you're trying to bully me per se. I'm just saying like doing something over and over, pestering me, I'm definitely not going to work on me. Tenderloin, I've been doing the same with Only Lovers Left. I did add Only Lovers Left Alive on my queue for Tubi. It's like it will be one I watch eventually. Like I was watching a bunch of new stuff last week, and I ended up coming up with a couple that I could use. Unfortunately, I went through a lot of movies that are not very good. But you guys also got to remember, even if I add one to my list, like my list are hundreds of movies deep. And so like, it's hard to like ever get to them. So a lot of times it's more about if I'm just looking around and I notice the name of one and I'm like, hey, that's that movie Casey was mentioning. And I end up watching it. So that's kind of how it works. But that's also why I stopped doing the whole request in general. It's like Dead Meat has that issue all the time. And it, you know, it's just like, it's tough because sometimes it's just hard to get time to see a movie. Like I see everything that's in theaters, literally every single horror movie that's in theaters I see. And then any big streaming release I see. So like there's so many movies and you only have so much time, and I can't always watch a movie and edit. So like I can't just be constantly watching movies either. You also get burned out. Horror channels are a dime a dozen on YouTube. But what's great about Ghost Pirate is the relatability and your look and vibe. Looking forward to supporting recommendations and the field trips. Thank you so much, TRP. I just try to be myself. Like, you go through these moments of like, or these times of crisis. Like, the channel is on a slump right now. It's just how it works. And so videos are getting a lot less views for, I don't even know why. And it gets really disheartening because lately I've been putting even more time and energy into my videos. I've been doing scripting, which I've never done before. And it's still a hybrid, so it's not like all scripted, but I'm doing more like scripted notes because there's things I want to talk about, things I want to make sure I mention, and thoughts that I have while I'm watching a movie that I end up forgetting to say if you're just talking off the cuff. So I've been putting a lot more time into every video. And then so to have them doing worse and worse views, it makes you start to like question yourself. And so I've been like really having an identity crisis, so to speak, of like, do I know what I'm doing? And blah, and I see these other channels that are just flying past me and getting way more views and stuff. And I'm just like, but basically comes down to, can't control other people. You can't control other things. The only thing you can do is just be you. And it's like, that's what I'm doing. And just trying to be me, 100% me. And I get a lot of hate for being 100% me, which is funny. Like, I don't understand spending the time to write comments of hate towards someone about how they look. I don't get it. But have you seen the movie Bug? Are you talking? See. It's not environmental horror, but if somebody, yes, you're talking about the drug addiction type of one. Yes, I've talked about it on the channel before. It's one of the more disturbing movies. It's not like a traditional horror movie per se, but it is creepy, man. It is so bothersome, and it like literally gets under your skin and sticks with you. Very, very good movie. It stars, I'm trying to remember her name. Something Judd. What's her name? She's one of the Judds, but she's the actor one. But it's a really, really good movie. I think it might be on Tubi right now. Between you and Joe Bob, I'm a happy horror fan. Thanks for sharing your vids. Man, I love Joe Bob. He is such a treasure. Like, I just wish that, like, it's cool that we have them, once every single month, but I don't know, man. It's hard, like, because before you knew you had a season. And so it's like, once it was that time, it was like you look forward to it every week. And yeah, it was only like 10 weeks or whatever, but at least for that span, you knew every Friday you could look forward to The Last Drive-In. And it's like now you can look forward to it once a month, but I don't know. I miss that, knowing every single week I could look forward to them, But yeah, Joe Bob and Darcy are amazing. I met them in person last year, and they're like exactly what you hope they would be in person. Just humble, really sweet, caring people. Let's see, you can stick with calling me KK. It's closer to pronunciation. Oh, I keep forgetting that it's not Casey. I'm sorry. DJ gets it right. It's just when I look at it, it looks like KC. But I'm sorry, KK. Oh, does DJ get it wrong too? I thought he was getting it right. Diddy says, question, have you seen Please Don't Feed the Children yet? If not, will you? No, I believe I added that in my queue, though. That's that Tubi original one that came out a couple weeks ago. And if that's the one I'm thinking of, I did add it in my queue, but no, I haven't seen it yet. I watched a bunch of stuff last week, though. I found some really, really good ones. It's a shame your viewership is in a slump because you're cranking out the best horror content on YouTube right now. Thank you so much. it's just how it goes. Like, it's not actually about people enjoying the videos or not. It's just how the algorithm works. It just kind of has these ups and downs. And like, I'll have an up again here soon. And like, you just have to keep doing your thing and like not worry about it. But sometimes you get in your head. Yes, thank you. Ashley Judd is who I was thinking of, is in Bugs. Hermes girl. Thank you. Thank you, Diddy. Yeah, Michael Shannon's in it as well. Thank you. And everybody's like, Ashley. I hate when I can't think of the name. Was Ashley Judd a singer? I thought it was just her two sisters. I thought she just acted. Yeah, Michael Shannon is a fantastic actor. He's been in a lot of good stuff. Yeah, I had a blast in Vegas. I always have a good time in Vegas. Like, I think the thing about Vegas is everybody thinks you go there to gamble and drink, basically. And if you don't do those things, then, you know, it's not like really worth going or whatever. But it's like, I never do those things, and I always have a blast in Vegas because so much of the cool stuff is off the strip. Is off the strip. Like going and seeing local bands play. They're some of the best tattoo parlors in the world in Vegas. Like, there are so many cool little bars and dives, great little restaurants. There's so much awesome stuff in Vegas. I wish I could spend more time there, like, because I hadn't been there in quite a while, and so to only be there for like 2 days was rough. But I couldn't spend any more money as it is. Like I've been saying, I'm really nervous about this Texas trip. Like, it's, you know, I've already booked in advance some of my Airbnbs. I at least have a place to stay traveling to Austin, and then for a couple of the nights that I'm in Austin. But I don't have any nights for coming home. So hopefully I figure money out and things work out. But I got some sponsor stuff that's hopefully going to come through soon and pay me. Like I did sponsored vids. It's just a matter of when they pay me and stuff, but hopefully that stuff will come through before my trip. But it's not just the staying. I got to have the gas to drive out there, food to eat. But the bigger thing is I got to buy some equipment. I need to buy this light, this little microphone, and this little setup. It's only a couple $100, but I'm going to be kind of on red carpets around some celebrities. And I don't know if I want to try to interview people at the premieres or not, but I at least want to have the option. So like if I am standing next to a director or an actor or whatever, and I want to have the opportunity, or the option, not the opportunity, have the option to interview them if I want, but I don't have the equipment right now. Like, you can't interview people with earbuds. Like the Vegas trip I did with just little earbuds, you know, or lapel mics, and you know, you don't really do that. So let's see, what is the top horror movies of October Halloween lineup you looking forward to? As far as in October right now, like I think there's going to be some that are probably going to be like the movie you didn't think about that end up being the star. I'm really looking forward to the VHS Halloween, because like the idea of a VHS movie and it's all based on Halloween, like that is just so exciting to me. But as far as like bigger release that we know about, probably Black Phone 2. I think Black Phone 2 has the potential to be really, really, really good. I love the idea of the grabber being a spirit now. And so there's like this Freddy Krueger kind of element to it. Yeah, exactly. Ashley Judd's mom and Naomi Judd were the Judds. Yeah, the famous country singers. That's what I was saying, but I didn't know that Ashley sang. Yeah, Winona Judd was the mom, right? But anyway, yeah, I love the Judds. Like Daddy's Hands, like, you know, they were great. Yeah, I talk about Sketch actually in the video that I put out last Friday. So definitely check out my video from this past Friday. See, that's what I mean. YouTube is not sharing my videos right now. But yeah, last Friday's video, I talk about Sketch as well as a number of other newer movies. Because that's what my highly recommend videos are. They're basically a collection of new release movies I recommend, as well as some older movies that are streaming that I recommend. Like that's what those videos kind of are. Those and my Tubi videos are kind of the bread and butter right now. They're the ones that kind of allow me to do and talk about the movies I want to talk about, but also the ones that you guys seem to watch and enjoy the most. So which hellhole, Jack? Because there's one hellhole that's phenomenal. The one like from Germany or something like that, and it's really good, really terrifying ending. But then the other hellhole is done by the Addams Family, and I just do not think that is a good movie. I don't need to give it another chance if that's the one you're talking about. The acting is just not good in it. And it sucks because the Addams are really good filmmakers and they're super creative and they act really good. But unfortunately, because of their budget restraints, they end up having to hire actors that are just not very good. And it sucks. It holds it back. Yeah, I liked the first Black Phone, but I just think this one has the chance to be even better. Yeah, I know you saw it, Diddy. Like they definitely shared it. It's got like 24,000 views. Like people have seen it. I'm just saying, a lot of the if a lot of the regulars like Nettie hasn't seen it, then that means they're not sharing it like they should be. Jimmy and Stiggs reminded me of the original Evil Dead and Destroy All Neighbors. Yeah, it reminded me of Destroy All Neighbors. I don't know if I would say Evil Dead. Much more like Destroy All Neighbors, but yeah, I love what Joe Begos does. Like, and I actually talk about it in a video I'm editing right now that'll come out sometime next week, like probably middle of next week. But Jimmy and Stiggs is one of the movies I talk about in it. I'm really excited about this not this Friday's video. It's a good video, but the one after that, next week's, I'm really excited about it. There's a couple movies, two in particular, that I had never seen, never really heard about, and were just so good. Yeah, Jack, I don't agree, man. Like the acting holds it back. No, it's not even the CGI. I'm fine with the CGI. Like it was fine. Like I watch a lot of really, really low budget movies. It's acting. That's where like I can look past CGI. I can look past special effects and stuff if it's got a good story. But it's like if the acting doesn't feel believable, it takes me out of the movie. It's the one thing that I just can't look past. I can look past not the best acting, but when acting is straight up bad and and it's constant, because it's one thing if it's a few side characters, you kind of get past that. But like in that movie, most of the cast is just really, really does not sell it for me. But I love the Addams Family and I respect the hell out of them. I'm like always supporting them. I'm always telling people to check out their movies, especially Hellbender. It's one of my favorite indie horror movies of the last like 5 years. I tried to watch Don't Turn Out the Lights, but that's the same one that's also Blue Light, right? And I tried to watch that, man, and that shit was bad. Like you're talking about TRP. Are you talking about the one with like the group of friends that's going to go to like some rave thing? Because if that's the one I tried, I got like 20-30 minutes into it and I was just like, dude, this sucks. Like I can't stand these characters. Hey, Nanny. 90. Yeah, dude, them is so good. I need to get caught up on it before the new season comes out. It's like I'm still a little behind. Dude, Dexter though, the new season of Dexter is phenomenal. Like I just got caught up on that, and then I want to watch the newest season of Heavy Metal because I really enjoyed that first season, and then the second season just dropped. And then the trailer dropped today for season 2 of Fallout, and I'm so excited for that. But it doesn't come out till December. I'm like, the hell? Why is it taking so long to come out? Jack, one of these days, maybe I'll give it another shot when I'm in the right mood. But there's a certain, like, I do this so much. Like, I know when I'm in a certain mood where I can be patient and stick with certain things. Like, there's one movie in particular that's on my next video, not next one, not the one that comes out this week, but the one that'll come out next week. There's one movie in particular, and I talk about this in the video, but I tried to watch it a few times and just could never get into it. So I'd always stop watching about 10, 15 minutes in. It was just so annoying. And finally, this time I was able to stick it out. And oh my God, I'm so glad I did, because it was just ended up being just a really, really fun, really good movie. Like another movie that was like that was It Paints the Sands Red. Like that movie starts out like a pile of trash. Like it feels like you're watching almost like a porno. Like it does not seem like it's going to be any good. But then about 10 minutes in, all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, this movie's actually really fucking good. Yeah, I want to watch the Alien Earth. I just don't like, because I know if I start a show and it only has a couple episodes, I never end up finishing it. Like I'm one of those, like a lot of people really like the week to week thing. I can't do it because I have to binge watch things because it has to be something I cover. Otherwise I'll get busy and I'll never end up going back and finishing it. So a lot of times I'll end up waiting for the whole season to be out and then going and watching it, you know, like before another season comes out or something. It's just super. I would have to set a calendar in order to remind me, like, oh, this new show, like Dexter. I know I'll end up probably not finishing the damn season because I watched like this first 8 episodes, but there's still a few more, but they're coming out week to week, and I'll probably end up never watching the last 2 episodes. I heard Eden Lake is not good at all. I tried to see it, but it was playing like such a limited amount of screens. Like I tried and like I'm in a big city and I still couldn't find, like, I think the only times I found was like super late at night and just couldn't make it out. I saw Eden Lake too for the first time and last too much for me. So bleak. Even if Michael Fassbender said he loved me and wanted to watch his movies with me, I'd still say no. Oh, you're talking about Eden Lake. Hold on. That's a different movie than what I'm thinking of. I was thinking of On, or what is it? At Eden, or it's the new movie that Call Me Chris, the YouTuber, made. But no, Eden Lake, you're right. That is a super good movie, but very, very bleak and dark. It's one of those that's kind of like the French Extreme stuff, where it's like they're great movies, but you only can watch them once. Did you talk about the movie Low Lifes on Tubi? Yes. It was in my like underrated movies or movies that everybody missed from last year. Like I've talked about it a couple times, like probably 3 times since it came out last summer. But I loved that movie. It was such a surprise. It was another one of those movies that starts out like it's not going to be good at all. And then there's a twist and you're like, oh shit. And it ends up being really fun. Fallout 76 is okay, but like I agree. I want them, like I want a Fallout 5, you know, because like I loved Fallout 4 so much. Like I played the shit out of that game. And like I really miss that kind of Fallout. And they keep saying for years now that they're going to make a Fallout 5, but you know, but I do still enjoy Fallout 76, but it just, you got to have friends to play with. And if you don't, it's not, you know, but they at least have added some story mode stuff to 76. So it does feel a lot closer to like an older Fallout game now. Yeah, that's what I was saying, TRP. I need to watch this new season. I really enjoyed the first season of Twisted Metal a lot. It's called Ink. It's super unique. Acting isn't perfect, but absolutely loved it. I feel like I've seen that, but I can't remember it. So maybe I haven't seen it or I've just heard of it. Yeah, them is like one of the best horror shows ever made. Like it is so horror. Like a lot of TV series never really feel super horror, but it does. Like it really feels horror. Yeah, House on Eden. Thank you. That's the movie I was thinking of. And I did not see it, but I've heard it is not worth seeing. But it's going to be on Shudder. I think Call Me Chris. Her name's Chris. I forget her last name. But anyway, I think she said it was going to be in October that it would be on Shudder. Yes, Irreversible is exactly that. It is brutal, really hard to watch, and one you'll never really probably watch again. There's no reason to watch it again. Eden Lake was part of one of the year's 8 films to die for. Yeah. No, I know what Eden Lake is. I was thinking of House on Eden. Twisted Metal is another fun second season. Is as good, maybe even better, more characters. Yeah, that's why I'm really excited to check out Twisted Metal, because it's like this is the season where it finally feels like what Twisted Metal was supposed to be, where they're actually competing kind of deal. So it looks like really, really fun. I was never even a huge fan of the game. Like I'm a little too old. So like when that game was really hitting, I was like in my 20s, I think. Yeah. And so I was more like, you know, doing a different thing. So I didn't get super into the game. I played it some, but either way, like the show is so much fun. Yeah, I've watched the first season of Slasher and I liked it. It's definitely a little more lower budget. But I like the first season, but I've heard there's other seasons of Slashers that's like really, really good. But I have one of those, like I never have went back to like, you know, like I said, it is hard for me with series. They're so time consuming. And then if it's one I'm going to cover and I can binge it, then that I'll get around to them sometimes for that. Or if it's something I could just kind of have on the background, but then it can't really be a horror show. Like things I have on in the background can't be things I really need to pay attention to. Hope your hands are doing well. Looking forward to seeing some of that paintwork. Man, prop dude, I don't know when I'm ever going to be able to. It's not even just my hands, it's time. Because like I'm grinding like a madman right now, trying to get as much videos and stuff made as I can so I can afford to go on this trip. But maybe when I get back in the end of September, I can sit down and actually have a little time for myself and paint the masks for October. Like that would be super cool. I definitely want to try to do that because, you know, and just in time for the Black Phone movie, it would be cool to have that mask up there. So I think that's going to be a goal of mine to get that done. Maybe I'll do like a live stream or something while I'm painting them or something. But it's in Austin It's in Austin, and I'll be there from like the 17th through for like a week. So probably I'll be there for like 5 to 7 days. I haven't, depending on money situation, I like to stay the entire week of the festival, but it's just like, it might reach a point where I'm like, well, I don't have any more money for food. I got to try to get home. But the goal is to stay the entire week. But I don't have a place to stay for more than 3 nights. So I got to figure out a way to come up with money between now and this, and when I leave on the 15th, because I'm driving out there. So it's like a 3 days of driving. I like your costumes in October, dude. Yeah, I have so much fun with it, Diddy. Like, I definitely want to do some cool costumes again this year. It's just a matter of time and money, especially because of this trip. Like, this year, I'm going to be gone for that week. And so by the time I get back, it's like almost October. So I got to try to figure out some stuff money-wise that I could do that are stuff I already have. Luckily, I already have a lot of different Halloween costume stuff. And so I can like mix, match, do things together and come up with some stuff, hopefully, for like the first couple of videos. But, let's see. Would tipping you directly through Ghost Pirate or Death Rattle? I don't get any of the money through Death Rattle. That goes to DJ. And it just kind of helps him pay for the podcast. We don't really get any money through there, but it's like if anybody were to give a significant donation through there, we would split it or something. I don't even know. We don't talk about it. It doesn't really matter. But for me and my trip, there's nothing to do with the podcast. That would be this on the bottom of the screen. That's my PayPal and that's my Venmo. So those are my personal Ghost Pirate, PayPal, and Venmo. They're just my name, Kainan Becker. So, or even if you want to go through Patreon, I get that money too. Like whatever you sign up for. Like some people will go and they want to like donate a certain chunk. So they'll sign up for X amount of dollars and then immediately lower it for the next month to $1 or $5 or whatever. But you can always email me too and ask me if there's like whatever. I hate asking you guys to do. So like anything you guys donate though, like really means a lot to me. Like it's hard for me to really express like how much that means to me. It's hard to convey because I love this. Like I've never done this to try to get rich or famous or any of that. It's just about wanting to survive so that I can keep doing this. It's like the world unfortunately needs money to do it. So it's like if I don't have money, I don't have a place to live. I don't have a car. I don't have food, whatever. So of course I can't keep doing this. Like, this set is in my bedroom, which is in my sister's apartment that I rent a room in. It's like I need to come up with money every month to do that. So yeah, I get the money when you're a membership on YouTube. YouTube takes a significant cut of it though. Like basically half of whatever it is. That's why I always encourage people like, if you want to support monthly, Patreon is the one that's I would recommend. I also would like it just so I would like there to be more of a community over there, like people talking, people, I've always wanted to be more involved on Patreon, but it's like nobody really talks there. There isn't really conversations. But the goal and dream of mine has always been that can be like our clubhouse, so to speak. The Patreon can be like a place where we all can talk when I'm not streaming or whatever, but it's just super quiet over there. Very rarely does anybody ever comment or say anything, but hopefully over time, more and more people will get on there and we'll be able to do cool things like private live streams, whatever. So man, Ian, anything $1 is huge. So like, I don't want anybody to feel obligated. Like, that's why I'm trying to get sponsors. I got 3 sponsors and one more hopefully coming through over the next couple months. So as long as that all works out, and then I get the money, meaning work out as in them paying me on time when they're supposed to, that'll definitely help out a lot for me as far as October for sure. So it's just this trip. It's like when it lands, it's right before I get paid again. So it's like the worst time of the month, like anybody that lives paycheck to paycheck. I get paid once a month from YouTube, and the trip is literally a couple days before I get paid. And so I got to figure out a way to have money for that last end of the month span, like once I get to my next check, then I should be fine, but it'll work out regardless. Like I'm going no matter what, man. Like my plan is like, if I got to sleep in my car, it was the reason I financed a car this year and got my little tiny car. And I love it, but it gets crazy good gas mileage, like 50 miles a gallon. And I can sleep in it if I have to, pull off into a rest stop, whatever, like I'm going on this trip. Dude, it's going to be the Black Phone 2 premiere is at this thing. Like, it's going to be so sick. Like I get to, like they already sent me the list of all these movies. And so I'll get to talk to you guys about what the experience was like and hopefully show you guys a lot of the, what it's like to be there. So that's my goal. So, but it's going to be fun no matter what. Like I've never got to do something like this. And it's been a goal of mine for years and years and years now, because this is the best film festival for horror movies. It's like where When Evil Lurks premiered a couple years ago. It's like every year the best like horror movies, a lot of times end up premiering, like the best indie small horror movies premiere at this film festival. So, all right. But that's going to have to wrap it up. I really need to get some food and, of course, get back to work. Yeah, Gremlin Girl is from basically the same, like she is from where I live, basically, same area. Like, I've never really talked to her, but we're basically in roughly the same vicinity, like within a, one suburb city to another suburb city type of deal. But Spooky Astronaut, man, she's all the way over in Australia. I always want to try to talk to those people, but like the two, I don't know why, but the women in this space don't really talk to the guys in the space. Like not really. Cause like I know basically all the horror guys. I talk to most of them on like a regular basis, like the majority of the horror guys. They at least all know who I am and I know who they are, kind of thing. But yeah, the females of the space, like they just kind of keep to themselves. I know they know each other and they talk some and do collaborations and stuff with each other some, but yeah. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna have to do it. You guys are the best. I really, really, really appreciate all you guys. So I'm going to try to do another just live stream that's not to do with the podcast. Hopefully maybe this weekend or something. I'm not going to promise because it's just a matter of what's going on, but that's the goal, is to do another stream this week. So, but anyway, I super appreciate you guys. You guys all have a great night. And remember, the podcast is every Wednesday at 4 p.m. West Coast and 7 o'clock East Coast time. And I will see you guys next week.